How you doing, Trevor?
All right, Brother Dwyer. I take it you're from my father's congregation?
Yes. Truly enjoyed having Brother Newkirk in our congregation. His comments, his prayers are going to be really, truly missed in the meeting.
Thank you.
Brother Sharp, you said song number 108. I just want to make sure I've got that one ready to go for you, my brother.
Yeah, I think Trevor told me it was God's Loyal Love.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, number 108.
Yep.
And Wayne, Trevor, I think Wayne actually, during this pandemic, was able to actually maybe see Ray maybe more often than a lot of us, because Wayne would bring his literature to him.
Oh, nice.
At least once a month, I know, maybe more often.
Yeah.
I'd like to have his hard literature for sure.
Yeah, it is full of his notes.
Yeah.
When we were in his meeting, I know you walk next to him, look over his shoulder, and I mean, he had notes in every paragraph. He had notes on them. The brothers always knew that was doing a part. If there were no hands, they could always look at Brother Newkirk to be a savior for them with a comment.
I don't know. I answered your last question on a Jim's part one night. You didn't seem too happy about it.
Well, that's because Brother Sharp put me a minute and a half over my time.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Marilyn.
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
hi, Brother
Denise.
Newkirk. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey, Sister Mills, Sister Briggs.
Yeah.
So right now, Trevor, Denise and Catherine in the center, well, they're in my center, and Mary, they're all in our service group. Of course, Wayne, he's in another service group with Marilyn. I guess you and Marilyn are still in the same group, right? I'm sure you are.
Ace is full of jokes today,
Sometimes. Sometimes I'm allowed in his group. Sometimes I'm not. Today I am.
And Carlon.
Hey, Carlin.
Hello, Asa.
Hello. And what I'm going to do, Jay, is I'm going to spell your name phonetically.
You know how to say Marin? Like Marin County, California, or Marin, oh boy, how?
Spell Marin County.
M-A-R-I-N.
Okay. We have a Marion County, M-A-R-I-N.
Yeah, I know Marion County, Florida, but it's not quite the same. You'd be better off saying Brother Marin, which is fine. You know what? Like I said, I'm not picky.
Just don't call me.
I'm too old to be picky.
Yeah, there we go. Good afternoon, Angel.
Hi, Angel. How are you?
Oh, Wayne.
Let me say anyway. Hey, Carlin. How are you?
Doing all right. And you? Thank you.
Good.
Hey, Dan, are you still working? Yeah.
And he's got to be the best dressed mailman today.
Right.
I went for the old school.
And
Technically, on the books, if you wear a winter coat, you're supposed to wear a tie.
Really?
They haven't enforced that since like the 60s, but it's still technically on the book. So since I had to wear a coat today for the first time in 3 years, I figured I'd pull out my tie.
Well, that's good to see.
Good afternoon, Walt.
Hey.
Dan was also another one that Trevor that was able to see Trey more often.
Yeah, Dad.
sorry,
Ray.
see Ray more often.
I've gotten to know Dan a little bit through all this. It's been good getting to know him,
Good.
as well as yourself and a few others.
And I see that Angela, that's my wife, she's logged on from somewhere. There she is. And we have Becky, and we have Jeanette and Vic.
I printed out the actual invite that went out, and I dropped it off at the Pain Management Center, Trevor.
Oh, that's great.
And I invited them, and it sounded like one of them wanted to join. So I don't know her full name, but
That's nice. Thank you. I'm glad. I appreciate you doing that.
yeah, they wrote that note, and
Yeah, that was very kind of them.
And
worried about
Lalina-
them at first here.
Yeah, Lalina, is that your wife, Jay?
Yes, it is, but I don't think she's on yet, but she
Okay.
will be shortly.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go get a bottle of water, and I will join you all in a moment.
Brother Newkirk, in what part of California are you guys at?
And the Bay Area, east of San Francisco, just north of Oakland.
That's the sun.
A little town called El Cerrito that nobody's ever heard of. I say it's a little town, but it's in a huge metropolis. So,
Okay.
I actually heard of that town.
oh, have you?
Yeah. I don't even remember if I've ever been there, but I've heard of it.
Yep.
The Bay Area is a nice place. Huh?
I'm looking at that.
I like it.
Yeah. Beautiful area. Crime's a little high right now, but
Yeah, it's. I've definitely seen an uptick
yeah.
in bad behavior.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hi, Brother Newkirk.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, sorry about your dad.
Yes,
I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
We loved him very much.
yes. He was so nice to us all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He always spoke very highly of you guys as well.
Aw.
I remember him mentioning the Brungarts.
Yeah.
It would stick in my head because I knew some other Brungarts. So that name would always like, wait a minute, which one? Oh, okay.
My husband and I are snowbirds, and your dad always told us that he included us in his prayers
Oh,
for safe journey or what, but he always said that.
No, he said he did it every day of the year. That was very nice. Yeah, he always wanted to show us his card game,
We never got to.
and we never did.
no. Yeah, he had some pretty cool card games actually. His own version of spades. And back when we were a kid, he'd have a whole congregation set up in card tables around the living room and
Fun.
people playing.
Oh.
Here comes my pops. They have a little cottage out in my yard. They come over here.
Nice.
Jay, just to confirm, what does your computer time show?
I think you stepped away for a moment.
Oh, okay. Right. Trevor, what does yours show?
12:39.
Okay. So mine's 3:39. So we're on
Yeah.
the same time. Okay. Hey, Philip. Diana.
Hello,
Well,
Hi, Philip.
how's
Hello.
everybody doing? You hear me?
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
I got a 6-year-old.
I'll make it stop.
Here.
Philip, we're all going to stay quiet, so you think we couldn't hear you.
hey, Deanna.
Anybody on there we don't know?
This is Trevor. This is Ray's son. There with the
Hello.
ground.
Rodney Sanko?
Deanna hasn't changed her name yet. Still
That's
Deanna
Miller
Parker.
family. There we go.
Where'd she go? Hey, come on, say hi. Say hi, hi.
Hi, Kim.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Madison, Melissa.
Larry?
Hi, Trevor.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you as well.
Next
That's
time
my
under
wife and
better
daughter, Trevor.
circumstances.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it.
Next time in paradise with happy tears.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing you sent us that picture, so now we'll know what he looks like.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that picture a lot, and I used it in the slideshow as well.
Mhm. What's your weather like out there?
It is really cold. It was like 45 this morning when I woke up, but let's see what it is now.
65.
65, yeah.
That's what I'm showing, but my temperature thing's in the sun.
Yeah, the phone's showing 62, close enough.
Well, 62 to 65.
We're still in the 40s here, so.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys got such a cold snap.
No, we are not liking it either.
Marilyn isn't. We are.
It goes though quick. Comes and goes quick.
No snow though, right?
No snow. That's the thing I always said. If it's going to be this cold, we should have snow. Doesn't have to last, but if it's going to be this cold, there should be snow.
And Marilyn doesn't want it to be cold at all.
Yeah.
No, I can see snow on TV. It looks so pretty.
True. It's a good place for it on TV. Pictures, stuff like that.
Hi, Stephen, Laura.
Hi, Trevor.
Hi, Trevor.
Welcome.
Love your background.
Yeah.
Thank you. These are good friends of mine from Southern California.
Oh.
You?
Hi,
Hi.
Hi.
Me too.
Hello.
Hey, California.
Where are you from?
Florida, Lake City.
Florida.
North Florida.
The other coast.
We're in Southern California.
Just north of San Diego,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like what town?
Carlsbad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a nice area.
We like it.
Hi, Trevor.
Hello, welcome, Sister Lima. Thank you for coming. My
You're
Aunt
welcome.
Alita just popped on. Is that Timothy?
No, it's Michael.
Michael, I'm sorry, Michael.
He looks similar to Michelle.
Hello.
Hey, Bill, Sherry.
Hi, Brother Maderos. Thank you for coming.
Hey, Trevor.
My Aunt Alita is coming in from Canada and her son there. And Sister Lima, are you in Brazil at the moment?
Yeah, I'm in Brazil.
This is the best part about Zoom.
Yeah.
I know, right? Over the world.
So what time is it in Brazil right now?
It's 5:45 p.m.
Oh, okay, okay.
And it's summer.
And it's summer. Yeah, it's warm.
Brother Roth, thank you for coming.
Brother Roth.
My pleasure.
Brother Roth's known my father longer than I have.
Mm-hmm. How do you spell that? R-O-T-A. Oh, is that the one that married us? Oh, he died.
Maybe you do seal. And Levon and Trisha.
Brother Roth, I was able to find a picture of your dad and my dad that is in the slideshow.
Where is he?
Oh, yeah.
There were. What? No, turn that on.
What should I do?
This is so weird.
Who should I look to?
Before him.
Hello, Trevor.
Hello, Sister Bill.
Oh, here's the stuff.
That's the one.
You're
I could turn it toward me and where you, because my clothes are okay.
All the kinds of things that could prove to be a snare. Oh, what is the right course for me? Jehovah, give it humbly. I keep your reminders, I love them dearly. I'll treasure them every day, monthly, yearly.
Nice it go.
All the things I have heard in accord with your word, help me understand. I know what's required. I'd better inquire. I don't want to act in a way
Hey, Trevor,
Yes.
is your aunt still in the Catskills at one of the nursing homes?
Yes.
She is.
Uh,
How is she doing?
she recently had some troubles, but hopefully she's doing better. One of my other aunts or uncles or somebody is going to be there to hopefully help her connect to Zoom so she can watch.
Oh, good.
Worst case scenario, I'll get her a recording of the memorial.
Is she close in age to your dad?
I don't know. I think she's older than my dad, but I don't know.
We talked about her a lot. So I was curious if they were close in age.
They were very close, along with Aunt Alita, who's on now, and my Uncle Donnie. Dad talked to all of them almost every day.
Hi, Trevor.
Hi, Brother Robinson. Welcome. Cliff and Pam House is a name I remember my dad mentioning.
Hey, Cliff. I'm sure Pam will be there in a minute.
Hello, Asa. Hello, Trevor.
Hello, Brother House.
How are you?
Oh, doing okay.
I know it's a rough time. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Sister Daniels, welcome. Thank you.
Oh, you are welcome. You are our brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good, good.
We're missing. There's a video. Computer sound just a sound. You shared it.
Hi, Pam. Hi, Cliff.
Hello.
Hi, Mom. Thank you for coming, Rights.
Hey, Jeff. How you doing?
Okay.
Good to see ya.
Good to see you guys too.
Man, hi, sweetie.
That's it.
Hey, brother and sister House, how y'all doing? Hello, Tomlin. Good. Hey,
Hey, man.
the Riggs family, how y'all doing?
Hey.
So, this is my sister and my brother-in-law and my nephew and niece under Newkirk Blue family.
Well, nice to meet you all.
Hello.
Hi there.
Yes.
See.
Sorry for your loss.
Hello, Young and Carolyn. Good to see you.
Hi.
Good to see you. That light shining right on the face. Can you close that curtain? Pull the blinds.
So if we start playing the slideshow, but we're gonna play it without the audio.
Let's turn the curtain, close the curtain.
So we can still.
Actually, I just muted all, Trevor. Would you be able to make that announcement again?
Sure, thank you. So yeah, we're gonna play the slideshow, but without audio so we can still talk. And then after the session, it'll be played with the audio. But,
You know, Trevor, I don't know if I can, let me see what I can do about that.
okay.
I like you give me all these hard things to do. Stand by. What do you think, Trevor? Does it seem to be working?
Yep, looks like it's working.
I know.
Why do we mute everyone?
Because there was like a lot of mics off mute. So please take your mics off mute and say hello. But we had a whole bunch of background noise. Nobody could hear your announcement. Otherwise, I'll just start calling people out. Brother Medeiros, nice to see you. Sharp family, nice to see you. Garcia family, hello.
It's okay.
The Tomlin family.
There we go.
Hello,
Very
Tom.
nice.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. You're more than welcome.
Hi, Vanessa. Thank you for coming.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hey, Trevor, how you doing? It's Darnell.
Hi, Darnell.
Hi, Trevor. This is Minerva.
Hi, Sister Mizako. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Trevor. It's Esther. So
Hi,
sorry.
Esther.
Wish I could give you a big hug right now.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
Good. Are you with people or are you by yourself?
I am in a room by myself, but I have people in the other
Okay.
the other side of the house. Thank you, though.
Good to meet
Okay, you Ray's son?
Yes, I am Ray's son, and then the Blue family is his daughter and her family as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good to meet you.
Hey, Trevor. This is Dawn and Tony.
Hi, guys. It's good to see you. Thank you.
Hi, Trevor. Good to see you.
Hi, Boons.
Hello,
Thank you.
Travis. Travis, this is Christine Latham.
Hi. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Trevor. Good to meet you. Good to meet Ray's son.
Thank you. It's good to meet everyone as well.
It's been a lot of days together in service.
Did you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, lots of days.
I'm sure you heard lots of good stories then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Gosh, what hair.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the Trevor smile. I know that smile. That's
Hi,
a
Lilia.
Trevor
Thank you
smile.
for coming.
There's Ray there.
Seemed like he was always smiling.
Wow. So lovely.
Oh, he's adventurous, huh? Is that you, Trevor?
That's me.
Oh, how
That's
adorable.
cute.
Oh. Precious.
Oh, that's so cute.
Met your sister?
My sister's on. She didn't come for another 10 years. So I had my family to myself for a while.
Oh, wow.
For a good 10 years.
Can't go to home.
Hi,
Is it
friend.
just you and your sister, or do you have any other siblings?
Yeah, it's just the two of us.
Hi, Trev.
Hi.
Don't point her
I
out.
don't know who said that, but hello.
Me, Gabby.
Oh,
and
hi,
Marsha.
Gabby. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, Trevor, Terry Bronson. It's good to see you again. It's been a long time.
Oh, yeah. Really good to see you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Hi, Julie. How are you doing, Julie?
Good, thank you.
Sending you love too.
Yes.
To the Blue family.
Oh.
Trevor in service. Looks like you had a happy child.
Who's that?
Not sure.
That's your sister.
Yeah, Mama.
Oh,
Bye, Mama.
babysitting already?
Thanks, Graham.
This is when we visited the farm. Well, now it's past, but my grandma Newkirk, Dad's mom.
That's what I want to.
Sounds more like grandma.
With my parents.
Oh. Wow, it's a big family.
You guys are friends in New York.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought that.
That kind of looks like Trevor.
Oh, Kevin.
Serena, did you say something? I thought I heard my niece say something. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. It is Dustin. I just noticed Kevin in there. I forgot about him.
Hi, Dustin.
Hey, love the pictures.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Hi, we're the Miller family. Hi. We're so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
We loved your dad.
Oh, I love that.
Candy. Did you know he gave us candy at the Kingdom Hall?
No.
Yeah, after meetings he gave us.
Was he the old guy that always gives out candy?
Yes.
A brother. There's always a brother or sister that gives out candy in a Kingdom Hall.
Hey, Trevor.
Hello.
Thank you for including us.
I don't see who's talking. I'm sorry. Oh, hi, Bernadette. How are you guys?
Hello, Trevor.
Hello. Oh, hi.
I'm not dressed up. Had to go to work today.
I understand. I appreciate you coming.
Hey, Trevor.
Hello.
Hi, Trevor.
Oh, hi. Hello. Welcome. I think we're past starting time, so I'm going to hand it over to the brothers here.
Actually, before we do that, I'm actually going to mute all, and then Brother Sharp will turn it over to you. Brother Sharp, you will need to take yourself off mute, my brother.
Yes, thank you for the family, for all of you that are in attendance today. It was a beautiful slideshow, and look forward to seeing it again. We're here because we lost a brother and a family member. Raymond Francis Newkirk was born in Kingston, New York on October the 27th, 1946, and passed away on December the 30th, 2021 in Gainesville, Florida, at the age of 75. Ray was the son of Elizabeth and Irwin Newkirk. He was the fifth of 8 children. Of his siblings still with us today are his sisters, Alita Anderson and Beverly Newkirk, along with his brother, Donnie Newkirk. Ray also is survived by many nieces and nephews. Ray has 2 children, Trevor Newkirk and Julie Newkirk Blue. Ray also has 2 grandchildren, Serena Blue and Silas Blue. Ray loved all of his family very much. Soon after high school, Ray enlisted in the U.S. Air Force. He was a decorated veteran of the Vietnam War. In his youth, Ray was aware of Jehovah's Witnesses, but it wasn't until after his military service that he began studying the Bible. Ray was baptized as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, on April the 30th, 1973. As we all know here in Lake City and other places, Ray was a studious person. He received a degree in accounting and was educated in other fields as well, including criminal law as a paralegal. But what Ray loved to study more than anything else was the Bible. Ray made it a priority to read every Bible-based publication that Jehovah's Witnesses would distribute as soon as it was released. His goal was to prepare for every meeting, and he was always willing to share his comment at our meetings. His son Trevor remembers this. When he was a small child, they had to get a second Aid to Bible Understanding publication. Many may know what it was. But because this one was marked and underlined from cover to cover, they had to get a new one. And this publication was about the size of a dictionary. Trevor said that he remembers that Ray was so proud that he actually had been able to go through the Aid book and study the whole book. Well, what happened then? Those of us remember the Aid book was replaced by a larger 2-volume set entitled Insight on the Scriptures. So instead of Ray feeling defeated, he happily jumped in right at the start and began studying this new publication all over again. Ray served as a ministerial servant for a time, and he always appreciated the privileges he had to give parts on our weekly meetings. His greatest privilege, however, by far, from his own statement, was to represent the congregation in prayer. I don't have this in my notes, but I was thinking about it, and I think it's important to note that we schedule those parts weeks in advance. And when Ray would see on the schedule that he was giving the concluding prayer or opening prayer, he started preparing then. And he would want to know what type of prayer he should give and who he should include. So he actually prepared his prayer. It was a beautiful and amazing thing. The last time Ray was admitted into the hospital, he had the nurse call his son Trevor, not to let Trevor know that Ray was in the hospital, but Ray had a part on the meeting that week, and he wanted the nurse to call the brothers in the Lake City South congregation to let them know that he would not be able to do that part. I was involved in that conversation. It happened just that way. Trevor had this to say about his father. There's a saying to express how generous a person is, and that saying is they would give you the shirt off of their back. And Trevor goes on to say that that's not hyperbole, speaking about his father. He would literally have done so if a stranger was in need. Today, we're gathered here from various parts of the country to remember our dear brother, Raymond Newkirk. Ray was a person that would tell you, as everyone hearing this talk would likely say as well, there are many things he would change in his life if given the opportunity. What he would never change is his love for God and his love for his family and friends. When we lose a father, a mother, a sister, a brother, a friend, we grieve. The account in the Bible when Abraham lost his dear wife Sarah proved to us that grief is deep and lasting. You may not know the person who died, but you may be very close to someone who loved them. When you see their pain, what happens? Of course, it causes us pain as well. It's their pain in our heart. An account in the Bible will help us to appreciate this very truth. Open your Bibles to John 11:23 through 26, and then we will look at 33 through 35. Starting in verse 23 of chapter 11 of John. Jesus said to her, "Your brother will rise." Martha said to him, "I know he will rise in the resurrection on the last day." Jesus said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life. The one who exercises faith in me, even though he dies, will come to life. And everyone who is living and exercises faith in me will never die at all. Do you believe this?" And in verse 33 through 35. When Jesus saw her weeping and the Jews who had come with her weeping, he groaned within himself and became troubled. And he said, "Where have you laid him?" They said to him, "Lord, come and see." And verse 35 says, Jesus gave way to tears. So the account there surrounding Lazarus' death was documented for us so that we could understand that Jesus the man, had feelings like ours. Jesus knew Lazarus. He knew his sisters, Martha and Mary. As a matter of fact, verse 5 of this chapter says that Jesus loved Lazarus, Mary, and Martha. Now, here's an interesting thing. Jesus knew that he was going to awaken, or in other words, resurrect his good friend Lazarus from death. He knew that very shortly he would live again. He knew that he would be able to communicate with him again and embrace him. Yes, Lazarus would no longer be dead, but alive. But when Jesus saw all of the friends that loved Lazarus so much, and Jesus loved them too, he reacted as any caring human would react. The Bible says that Jesus gave way to tears. So, dear friends and family, rest assured that Jehovah will give you the comfort you need during this time. Psalm 147:3 says this of Jehovah: He heals the brokenhearted. He binds up their wounds. This gives us the assurance that Jehovah God has tender feelings for all of us, all of those who grieve. And he promises that he will comfort all of those who grieve as well. Let's face it, though. We are living in a world that doesn't promote tender affection and kindness. There are billions of people on the earth today that are in need of hearing some good news. That's one of the conversations that Ray and I would have at times. Of course, Ray knew that he was limited in what he could do physically, but he did use every opportunity he could to share his hope. And he let people know that not only was it his hope, but they could have that same hope as well. Ray was assisted at times by social services, and those who helped him would also help Ray with technical issues, as many of us need help doing. They helped him with jw.org, JW Broadcasting. They helped him with Zoom. And in helping Ray view these programs, they benefited themselves by being able to view them as well. And they would have questions, and Ray would happily answer those questions. I'm sure it resulted in many questions. I'm confident, too, that there were discussions about the hope for the dead and those billions of people who died in the past, and what hope would they have. Our Bible highlights that Jehovah has four main or cardinal attributes. They are wisdom, justice, love, and power. And of course, it goes on to say that the most dominant or the greatest cardinal attribute he has is love. So why is that so important? Death was not God's original purpose for mankind. If Adam and Eve had been obedient, they would eventually had children, and they would have taught their children to love and respect and be obedient to Jehovah as well. And our world today would be different. But did that happen? What does the Bible say? Let's open our Bibles to Genesis, the second chapter, and let's read verses 15 through 17. It's Genesis chapter 2, verses 15 through 17. It says, Jehovah God took the man and settled him in the Garden of Eden to cultivate it and to take care of it. Jehovah God also gave this command to the man. From every tree of the garden you may eat to satisfaction. But as for the tree of the knowledge of good and bad, you must not eat from it. For in the day you eat from it, you will certainly die. Did Adam listen, or did he just hear? We know from our study of the Bible that after saying these things, Jehovah God gave Adam a wife. And by her own admission, she was aware of what God had commanded. How do we know that? Turn over to Genesis chapter 3, and let's read verses 1 through 5. Genesis 3, 1 through 5. Now the serpent was the most cautious of all the wild animals of the field that Jehovah God had made. So it said to the woman, did God really say that you must not eat from every tree of the garden? At this, the woman said to the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but God has said about the fruit of the trees that is in the middle of the garden, you must not eat from it. No, you must not touch it, otherwise you will die. At this, the serpent said to the woman, you certainly will not die, for God knows that in the day or the very day that you eat from it, your eyes will be opened and you will be like God, knowing good and bad. After disobeying Jehovah and convincing her husband to disobey as well, these acts of disobedience brought on dire results. So in Genesis chapter 3, verses 17 through 19, let's look at that. And let's see what Jehovah God said to Adam. He said, Adam, because you listened to your wife's voice and ate from the tree concerning which I gave this command, you must not eat from it. Cursed is the ground on your account. In pain you will eat its produce all the days of your life. It will grow thorns and thistles for you, and you must eat the vegetation of the field. In the sweat of your face you will eat bread until you return to the ground. For out of it you were taken, for dust you are, and to dust you will return. And so the world of mankind, alienated from God, began. They, Adam and Eve, were no longer perfect. They were flawed, so they could not pass on to their children perfection. Had they remained obedient, they could have done that. Their future children would no longer have perfect health. No one does. Let's see what Romans chapter 5, verse 12 says regarding that. That's Romans chapter 5, verse 12. It says, that is why, just as through one man sin entered into the world and death through sin, and so death spread to all men because they had all sinned. Yes, all of Adam's descendants thus inherited the consequences of their selfish actions. But would a God of justice think that all of the billions of people who have died because of their inherited Adamic sin should not have a similar opportunity that Adam and Eve had? No. God immediately set in motion events that would eventually rescue mankind. God's purpose would not be thwarted. To prove that, let's open our Bibles to Isaiah chapter 55, verse 10 and 11. That's Isaiah 55, 10 and 11. Here it says, "For just as the rain and the snow pour down from heaven and do not return there until they saturate the earth, making it produce and sprout, giving seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so my word that goes out from my mouth will be. It will not return to me without results, but it will certainly accomplish whatever is my delight." And concerning this scripture, let's read Isaiah 45:18. Again, that's 45:18 of Isaiah. It says, "For this is what Jehovah says, the creator of the heavens, the true God, the one who formed the earth, the maker who firmly established it, who did not create it simply for nothing, but formed it to be inhabited. I am Jehovah, and there is no one else." Along with the guarantee that the earth would be eternal, God promised also that those living here would be healed and eternal as well. Revelation 21:3 and 4 is a favorite scripture of many people. And it was a favorite scripture of our dear brother Ray as well. What does it say? Let's look at Revelation 21:3 and 4. It says, "With that I heard a loud voice from the throne say, 'Look, the tent of God is with mankind, and he will reside with them, and they will be his people. And God himself will be with them, and he will wipe out every tear from their eyes, and death will be no more. Neither will there be mourning or outcry nor pain be anymore. The former things have passed away.'" Death is our enemy today, and its effects are highlighted again and again as we are here today remembering our dear friend Ray Newkirk. Some may wonder, though, what is the condition of the dead? You know, when Jesus spoke of Lazarus, he compared Lazarus' death to sleep, and the Bible confirms this. Let's look at Ecclesiastes chapter 9, and we'll review verse 5 and verse 10. Ecclesiastes 9, 5, and verse 10. In verse 5 it says, "For the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing at all." And verse 10, "Whatever your hand finds to do, do with all your might, for there is no work, nor planning, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave where you are going." As if in a deep sleep, the dead are unconscious. So doesn't this give us the comfort, dear friends, that those that we love who fall asleep in death are not suffering in any way? This is another fact that shows that Jehovah God loves us. However, the Bible gives hope that all those in the grave will live again. They are not there without hope. And that hope was made possible by something marvelous. It was made possible by the ransom sacrifice of Jesus Christ. A perfect man, Adam, lost life for mankind. A perfect man, Jesus, paid the ransom. He bought it back. Jehovah's perfect justice at work. Many can quote the scripture at John 3:16. It goes something like this: "God loved the world of mankind so much that he was willing to send his only begotten Son to the earth to die a painful death to redeem mankind. His death paid the debt, and his resurrection done something else. The resurrection provided us a guarantee." Let's look at 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 22 and 23. 1 Corinthians 15, 22 and 23. It says, for just as in Adam all are dying, so also in the Christ all will be made alive. But each one in his own proper order, Christ the firstfruits, afterward those who belong to the Christ during his presence. So to be made alive would mean that the dead would have to come back to life. God has appointed Jesus Christ to raise the dead. Yes, by the power Jehovah God gave to his son, Jesus, and the wisdom he gave him to right a wrong, there again shows God's perfect justice. A scripture helps us to appreciate that. John 5, chapter 5, verse 28 and 29. And it says this, John 5, 28 and 29. Do not be amazed at this, for the hour is coming in which all those in the memorial tombs will hear his voice and come out. Those who did good things to a resurrection of life, and those who practice foul things to a resurrection of judgment. There will be a resurrection of the righteous, those like Ray, who have dedicated their life to Jehovah, and he served Jehovah, and he followed his son, Jesus Christ. And there's another group that is mentioned in there. They're referred to as the unrighteous. These are the millions of people who are asleep in death, who died without the opportunity to understand and apply Bible truths. Clearly, their judgment will not be based on the actions that they done before they died, but they will be judged on their willingness to learn and obey after they're resurrected. While on earth, Jesus told his disciples to pray for God's kingdom. He asked them to pray for God's will to be done, not only on earth, but in heaven as well. It is by means of this kingdom that God's original purpose for the earth and for mankind will be realized. So how can knowing this benefit us today, friends? A funeral reminds us of the brevity and the uncertainty of life. The reality of death makes us all think about how we are using our lives now. Jesus said something in the Sermon on the Mount, those chapters 5 through 7 of Matthew. He said this in chapter 6, verses 19 through 21. Let's look at that. Matthew chapter 6, verse 19 through 21. Jesus said, stop storing up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust consume, and where thieves break in and steal. Rather, store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust consume, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. We should store up treasures in heaven, or in other words, we should strive to make a good name with Jehovah God, our Creator. And when we do, as imperfect as we are, when we take actions to make the sanctification of Jehovah's name a priority in our life, Jehovah considers them. Jehovah treasures them. They are safe with him, and he remembers them. If we trust what the Bible says, then we must also recognize that the time to make a good name with Jehovah is reduced. The promised resurrection of those who died may very well give us the incentive to learn to do God's will. Those who do so can be certain that they will see their resurrected loved ones again on a cleansed earth. The Bible assures us that the earth will be cleansed. Let's turn to Psalm 37, 10 and 11, and then we will move forward a little bit to verse 37. So Psalm 37, 10 and 11 assures us this. Verse 10 says, just a little while longer, and the wicked will be no more. You will look at where they were, and they will not be there. But the meek will possess the earth, and they will find exquisite delight in the abundance of peace. And verse 29, how long? It says, the righteous will possess the earth, and they will live forever on it. God's original purpose. Jesus, the King of God's kingdom, will soon take action to rid the earth of anyone who opposes God's will. God's righteous government will then begin the process of fulfilling God's original purpose for the earth and for mankind. Until then, may we all prayerfully look to Jehovah to give us the needed strength to endure now and until he provides permanent relief. We will conclude the memorial service with a song number 108, God's Loyal Love. This was a favorite of Ray's, that's song 108. And then we'll have a closing prayer. And at its conclusion, our host will provide further direction. So that's song number 108.
friends, thank you all for coming. The program's actually not over. We have a very nice slideshow that we'd like you all to stay for. And also from the Newkirk family, they really appreciate each and every one of you here that joined in to support them. And you'll be able to show your support after, but please stay tuned for a slideshow, and then we'll make a couple other announcements at the end. Again, we'd like to thank you all for coming. We are going to do some breakout rooms, so we'd like you all to stay on, enjoy some association with one another. And if you'd like to make a comment to the family directly, you can go into Breakout Room 1. All the families in there, they'd love to have you come in and join them and give them your thoughts. So to be able to do that on your device, just go down to where it says Breakout Rooms at the bottom, or if you're on a iOS or Apple device, go up toward the top, tap on Breakout Rooms, and you can join Room 1. So we'll get those breakout rooms started again. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hi. Is there any way we can enable the chat? Is that possible?
I don't have control over that.
Okay, never mind that. Don't worry about it. No need to waste time.
All right.
Hi, everybody.
So Tim is also, unless he's logged off, but he's Tim T. Anders or something. I told him his name, but that's Tim.
I told him, let me make sure.
He might have had to go back to work. I don't know. I thought he had the day off, but then he sounds like
No problem.
He was working.
There he is.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Tim. You made it.
Julie, your family is so beautiful. Your kids, like I see you in them, and I see even mom's mom.
Oh,
yeah.
When they were doing the slideshow, it's wow, Trevor looks like Grandpa, and you look like Grandma.
Hi, Daniel and April.
Hey, Trevor.
These are friends of mine that live nearby here.
Hey,
Take care, Trevor.
Hello.
Take care.
Hi, Alita. Trevor, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Beth. You. Love you. Trevor. Love
Did you see the pictures?
Love you.
And Bev, we love you. We were so worried about you when you fell down.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm hanging for you.
We were all in a tizzy up here.
Hi, Danelda.
There's Esther. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Esther.
Hi, Ben. I'm glad to see you up in
Is Julie there?
She right there.
Oh, hi, Julie.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Wonderful service.
Yeah. The speaker seems very kind.
Yeah, she was a very nice woman.
Thank you for organizing everything, Trevor. You did a wonderful job.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know the speaker very well, but I just wanted somebody local from his area. So they knew him,
You probably spent a lot of time with Ray, huh?
Yeah, I definitely, Dad talked about him a fair about Ace of Sharp, so I knew the name and whatnot. And
Well, his personality showed he has got a very kind heart, so that makes a lot of.
When they see the colors, that's the one that you feel.
What?
Hi, Sarah.
Hey, hi. So good to see everybody.
It is. Bev, you and Mom are clones. You are. I look at you. Mom like a little word for wear today. She looks like she's a lot of
clones. We're clones. You look like.
Yeah, you look a lot
like
alike.
twins.
Yeah, like Mom looks like she's in a lot of pain today, but she has chronic pain issues. But when you put when she's having a good day, she looks like you. You guys are clones.
Yeah, we grew up that way. It's like my aunt said you should have had another sister that didn't look like, we were so much alike. The way we were.
Hi, Kim.
Oh,
and Jane.
My name is Michelle Edwards, Sister Edwards. I just wanted to say how sorry I am for the Newkirk family. And Brother Newkirk was such a gem in Paul. In our congregation, and he was so warm.
Michelle on 101. Michelle's on 101.
Thank you, Sister Edwards.
Tim, you might need to mute yourself because the store is in the background.
Hi, Tim.
Trevor, it's so nice to see and meet his son.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
I'm going to have to leave soon because I have to go to work, and I just wanted to let you know that we loved him, and we know that he loved you all so much, and so good to meet you.
It's just brilliant, like genius. Like I know. What did he do with the city of Bremerton? I know when I was young, you guys used to live in Bremerton, and he worked in the city. Was he accounting there? Or?
He was an accountant for the city of Portland.
City of Portland.
Wow.
Okay. So he was.
What?
So smart. Mom said he always had like so many things going on in his head, like so many thoughts. I think I'm like that. I can't stop thinking. I think drive people nuts sometimes. He's a family street.
Hi, Amelia and Brian.
Hey, Trevor, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Good, good. Hanging in there.
Thanks for coming.
So sad.
Mom, do you see that the Roths are in here? Hi, Brother Roth. My mom talked about you guys on occasion.
Yeah, you probably don't remember, but we've been up to visit you a number of times up there in Athabasca.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Okay, I just know Mom mentioned your name quite often on occasion. So
Yeah, I was at Watchtower Farm the same time when your dad was. I have interesting stories I could tell you.
Please do.
I don't know if everybody knows, but myself and Reed and their dad and another couple brothers all ended up marrying girls that were in the Kingston, New York congregation.
Yeah.
And so we used to travel back and forth. We were all assigned up to Kingston and Cheyenne for our congregation. So
we can hear that.
every meeting night to go to so it made for some interesting times, especially during the winter when it was pretty treacherous out.
That's cute.
Yeah. I was not surprised, but it was nice to see the picture of Reed and Ray together.
it was such a beautiful picture. I love that. I want to get a copy of that picture. It's a beautiful picture.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a folder of all those pictures available to the family too.
Thank you, Trevor.
Thanks.
Nice. That's awesome.
That was a really nice slideshow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All put together.
Good job.
One of my favorite pictures was when he was the only one at the kid table.
That's too.
I got a chuckle at that one. That was sweet.
And when he was down on the floor with you when you were a little kid playing toys.
That will definitely help us to recognize him in the new world.
Right.
Right.
Except for the smile. The
It was
smile never
interesting seeing
changed.
those pictures of you as a kid, Trevor.
Yeah. That one with him in the baseball uniform and yeah. And just the one in uniform you had that you found.
Yeah, that was a cool picture.
Yeah.
It was really neat. Aunt Carol and a few others were, was it Timothy or somebody else also sent in some pictures of Dad, and especially those older ones from Aunt Carol. Those were pretty neat to see.
Yeah.
So I wanted to tell you that your dad and my husband, Jim, he just got up, I'm sorry. But they had a lot of, oh, here he comes. They had a couple of parts together and they had grown very close, and we really admired your father so much. And we actually had a standing date, the three of us, to go to go out to dinner as soon as COVID was over, and we've been waiting patiently. And so if you ever are in town, we plan on extending that date to you. We would love to visit with you and spend some time with you guys.
Yeah, but he's not off the hook.
Yeah.
And he's resurrected. He's gonna take us out to dinner.
Well, now we're gonna take Trevor out. We can't hook him. No? But we loved him so much. We loved him so much. He was
has a really nice personality.
And he was
enjoyed
just
being around him.
He was
real warm,
yeah,
kind person.
Yeah, he was just really sweet, and he just was such a pillar of the congregation. You know, like he just.
Yep. Anytime there was a hard question and nobody was raising their hand, you could always count on Ray.
And it was always a prepared answer too.
Right.
Like, it was a hard question, but he had like answer. He was so good. Love him.
I was telling Trevor before, I don't know if any of you ever noticed his Watchtower or midweek meeting book. But when I was doing the microphone, I'd take the micro over to him. He had comments written down for every single paragraph in that thing. It was, and he filled up every free space on each page with his comments.
Yeah.
He was well prepared.
I hope it's okay. I didn't know Trevor's dad. I know Trevor, but I have lost a parent. And I can only say, like, from my experience, you guys who knew him most recently, just from my experience, like, they got a different version than I got when I was 5, and then different version. So only because I imagine it might be hard for Trevor to have all the words right now, but now that I have some time, it's so lovely to hear your guys telling the past 5 years version that you got of him, the mature, refined version. It's gonna make, like, maybe not today, but months from now, it'll mean so much even more to the Newkirks, I imagine.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amelia.
Yeah.
He was very generous too. He always offered to take us to eat, usually to Ruby Tuesdays, but it was very nice. We enjoyed it.
We got him over to the house here several times and had a very nice visit with him.
What was the favorite candy that he would give away at the meetings? Does anyone know? No.
I never got you the candy.
You guys are too old.
Madison, did he give you any candy?
No, I wish I had known about that.
We kept
You'll have to
supplying
ask Miller.
the Miller girls kept getting the candy, I guess.
Although it is true, there's always a brother or sister in a certain congregation, because in my grandparents' congregation, there was an older sister that after the Sunday meetings, she would hand out a couple pieces of candy to the kids.
That was sweet to hear your dad was that brother too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that surprised me a little bit.
John Rush.
We used to have, John Rush in Athabasca, where we're from, and he would give out the discontinued caramels, but we loved it. Like, we didn't care that they were the old discontinued stale. Like, they took like 10 times longer to chew because they were so hard. So when that girl said that about the candy, I was just thinking about like the whole
To a kid, it's a candy. That's all that matters.
Buying a candy dealer for the congregation can be expensive. You got to get discounts where you can.
There's a lot of kids.
Exactly. Give them a discount. The day after Valentine's Day or the day after. This is the way to get the deal.
Julie, how are you doing?
Good. I'm good. Thank you.
You look beautiful. I like the lace.
I got it for this.
Hi, Amelia.
Serena has a very nice dress on tonight.
I
Today.
was as Serena.
Serena's that age where she looks like you can see the child she was and the beautiful woman she's gonna be. She's just like right in that spot.
You want to say anything, Trevor?
You have daughter? Yep.
Hi, Kat. How are you?
How are you?
I'm okay. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, just wanted to say hello.
I appreciate it. I'm so used to calling you Katie. I have a hard time calling you Kat.
You know what? I get half and half. So family always calls me Katie. So you're right there, Trevor.
Okay.
The sisters of Ray, and Alida and Carolyn. Mm-hmm.
Nice to see you.
This is actually Beverly in the Carolyn Newkirk's window. So Aunt Bev is my dad's sister, along with Aunt Alida, and Aunt Carol is there. She's another. She was married to my dad's brother, my uncle.
Oh, okay.
And Lisa, looks like Lisa's there too. My cousin.
Oh, Lisa's there too.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
Meet you all.
Hi.
Sorry for all,
Yes.
for your loss to all of
Yes.
you.
Right.
And I have a lot of cousins here, which is great.
Asa, you did a good job on the
Thank
talk.
you.
It was nice to hear the history of the depth of this brother's study, because we all felt it in his comments and heard it in these deep, beautiful prayers that moved us to tears every time. But it was because he was so heartfelt, and his relationship with Jehovah it came through in these prayers. So these are the things that we remember and we miss hearing him. But seeing the backstory and all of the study habits that he had, what a fine example. And you can see his relationship with Jehovah was that much more deep than we ever realized, knowing that he was such a voracious student.
Yeah, ever since I was, my earliest memories are of Dad deeply studying stuff. There'd be stacks of 3x5 cards where he'd make notes that he wanted filed away, and the aid book wasn't the first book we had to replace because it was too underlined and too highlighted to be of much use anymore.
He sounded like a genius. I was gonna say, he sounds like an absolute genius. And yeah, even talking with him, like Mom, she's like, sometimes like the conversations and you just couldn't follow. He was just so brilliant. Yeah, wonder if he ever had his IQ tested. Probably sounded like he was brilliant.
I don't know. I mean, he was a very smart man, but it was give and take. Like, he was very book knowledge, but if you wanted him to change the oil in a car, he wouldn't know which end to start in on the car, So
yeah.
That sounds like me. It's like I have a tech block. The other day I unplugged my computer and I moved it, and I couldn't figure out why it was on safe mode, and I unplugged and I replugged so many times. I realized I forgot to turn on the hard drive.
Oh no.
So it's like, but I have all the knowledge, just like some tech blocks.
I gotta say goodbye. Have a good day, and sorry about
so
this.
much for coming, Tim.
No problem. Okay.
Yes, I wanted to say what a nice memorial, and so nice to see you, Julie and Trevor. And I'm so sorry for your loss. You guys take care, okay?
Thank you for coming.
Brother Newkirk?
I want to say goodbye. Just again, I want to give you my condolences. Sorry for your loss.
Thanks for coming, Brian.
I'll call you and check in on you after.
Okay, sounds good.
Bye, everybody.
Brother Newkirk?
Yes. Hi.
A few months ago, we were out in service and it was in the afternoon. There was only a few people on, but your dad was on, which was really nice. And then it was me and my mom and Copeland's who are in this breakout room. And Peter and I share back and forth with jokes. And your dad chimed in and he gave us a joke and we couldn't figure it out. So he told us what the answer was. I don't remember what it was now, but I remember us all laughing at the answer and it was really nice.
It was really sweet.
Thank you. Yeah.
That personal interest and that fun that he was having with the kids. It was really sweet.
That's cool.
So Ray brought candy to the Kingdom Hall?
Apparently.
I never got any of the candy. I didn't know that Ray had candy in his pocket.
I didn't either.
We want to know what the type of candy it was, or I want to know.
Yeah, in Paradise we'll be like, I need some candy, please.
We've been doing letter writing here with the elderly friends for, I don't know, 4 years before COVID.
Oh, wow.
He would come every week and most of us were sisters and he didn't like to come and just be with the sisters. He always wanted to make sure there was going to be one other brother there too. But he came almost every week.
Cool.
Hey, Trevor. Dustin.
Hey, Dustin. It's good to see you.
You too. Hey, I just wanted to say, yeah, I remember your dad loved Bible trivia, and I remember him making up those games whenever we were over. Some of them were more successful than other. But yeah, he loved talking about that. And I remember he was unquestionably the most generous person I've ever met when it comes to hospitality. I mean, there was always tons of us staying over at your house. It was like a giant slumber party every weekend. And he just loved it. And it was awesome having a place like that to crash, whenever we needed to. And and hi, Julie. It's been a very long time.
Hey.
But
nice to see you guys.
So part of what Dustin, maybe he said it, my brain's not there, but Dustin was one of the Bethelites at the farm when he was and so the farm was about an hour away, and a lot of the Bethelites were in our congregation, so they'd come up on the weekend, and it was pretty cool. Our house was open, and we always have a lot of the young guys staying, and that's where a lot of is Aunt Bev, are you trying to say something? Yeah, we're getting a lot of static. Hi. Thank you so much for coming, Rachel. It's good to see you.
Really good to see you too. I miss you guys. We'll go out for pizza again sometime soon.
Sounds good.
Sending big hugs. Friends is sending a big hug too.
Oh, thank you.
So you're in, those in Northern California, fire out there. How did it affect those that are here if you lived in Northern California?
Dustin, it was knocking on his door.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There was one, we had to evacuate, and there was one point, there was a flare up, I think about a 3/4 mile away. But the main line was, the closest it got was 2 miles, but at one point it was going at about 35 miles an hour. So, and the fire department wasn't even trying to fight it. They were just trying to herd everyone out of the way. And so it was pretty crazy. I'd think about 30% of my territory for my congregation was wiped out, but there were other congregations that were really hit bad. It was interesting because after that happened, and my mom and I were talking about this today because we were thinking with COVID, it could be the same. after that happened, our message in the ministry changed for a while from what you would expect, the regular presentations, to more like, how are you doing? Are you okay? Just getting back in touch with people after all that trauma. And so, yeah, it makes me think if we ever go back door to door again, how will those initial conversations be, getting, we're back. I don't know what it'll be, but yeah, it was something.
Trevor, sorry, Dustin, where do you live in California?
Oh, I'm up in Redding, so I'm right by Lake Shasta. Yep.
Okay.
So in New York, when I was in my teens, or even early teens, Dustin had come into Bethel there, and we were pretty close friends. He was close with our family. So I've known him forever. And then we lost touch in the early 2000s, probably late 90s, early 2000s. And I ended up back in, moved around, ended up in California. And Dustin, I think, found me on Facebook or something. And lo and behold, he's in California now too. And so we've become good friends again. And then Rachel Lima there is his sister. And she would come and visit Dustin in New York. And I knew her from way back when. And yeah. But
Yeah, that's
she's not
true.
in the States anymore.
It's been a while. It was nice to see those old pictures at the farm with the, I recognize some of the Bethelites from Dustin's pictures.
So Trevor, as we were looking at the slides, there was one picture with Ray at the forefront, and you may have been in the picture as well, but in the background was the bookshelf. And of course it moved too quickly, but as soon as it came up, I was looking for the aid book.
I think that one was before then.
Yeah.
Because the Insight books came out in the late 80s or mid 80s.
I don't know, I'd have to look.
And I think that picture that you're talking about is probably 70s.
Who reads the Aid to Bible Understanding?
He did not read it. He studied it. He looked at all cross references. Reading it is one thing, but like actually digging up cross-reference material and everything. Yeah.
That was 2018, but that's not.
Trevor, my parents send their love. My dad's been in an elders meeting since 1 o'clock today.
Thank you
he
so
just
much.
wanted to make sure, my mom wanted me to make sure that I sent my love.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Tell them thank you very much. Katie, I don't think you know my sister, Julie.
No, hi. Hi.
We're friends.
And Katie, you live in
San
Oregon?
I'm in San Francisco. Not too far away from Trevor.
She's in San Francisco. She's from Southern California. Her family's down there. But
Yeah, we've known Trevor for, I don't even, how long have we known each other?
I'm not even sure how we met.
Yeah, I can't, I don't know, maybe like 15 years or so. I'm not.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably about that much.
The Brooks, New York, some friends of mine in my congregation knew family of hers in Southern California, and then, networking and Jehovah's Witnesses all know each other somewhere, somehow.
That's very true. We all end up connecting.
Instead of 6 degrees of separation, it's probably 4, right? 3 or 4.
If that many. Yeah.
Again, my condolences to the family. It was a beautiful service, and enjoyed knowing Ray and looking forward to seeing him again in New Orleans.
We'll miss him very much.
Yes. We have some wonderful memories of your father.
Yeah.
Now we have a picture of what he'll look like when he comes back too.
Yeah.
That'll be nice. Looking forward to that day.
It was
Nice to talk to you. Nice to talk to you face to face, Trevor. We've talked over the phone a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was always a pleasure to help your dad. Your dad was always very kind, always very informative. He used to tell me how many hours he would study for the meetings. He spent a whole week studying for the midweek meeting. And it showed too, because he was never afraid to raise his hand. You know, if there wasn't if a hand didn't go up, his went up. So the brothers always knew they had someone to call on when your dad was there. So it was always nice.
That's good. Thank you.
We're sorry for your loss. That was it's nice to see so many people loved your dad. He was a nice brother, sure a dear brother. I'm sure he was a even better father. So we're sorry to hear that he passed. Unfortunately, this time at the end, we've lost so many. It's so sad.
Yeah, I let Trevor know yesterday, I guess it was, but one of our elders passed away last night. He had been ill. It was Larry Center, Jim Morrison's and Leah Morrison's, Jim's father-in-law, Leah's dad. So it's yeah.
Sorry,
seems like it's a lot.
Yeah, your congregation's getting hit pretty hard.
Yeah, and yeah, that's true. So
I just made a connection. So Dustin, you remember now I'm Tammy and Richard Webner?
Yeah.
So Dan and his family were in their congregation in Catskill for a while before they moved to Florida.
Okay.
And we were only probably half an hour apart, but Sorgerties was the northern congregation for your circuit, and then it went south. And we were the next one north, which was Catskill, and we were the southernmost congregation in that circuit, and our circuit went north. So we never shared speakers. We never had the same circuit assembly. We never had the same regional convention. It wasn't until maybe 3-4 years before we moved that they started switching with congregations that were close to us that weren't in our circuit.
When I was a teenager, there was a few sisters in that congregation I knew quite well. Or I wanted to know quite well anyway.
brothers and sisters, I'm going to sign off, and again, Ray and all of the family. I feel like everyone does. We've lost a friend, and you all have lost a dear family member. But as the Bible brings out, there's hope. So, Ray, we'll be in touch. You know, I'll contact you. I mean, not used to saying that. Yeah, thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, Brother Sharp. I really appreciate everything you've done and communication with me over the last month and stuff. It's really meant a lot. Your whole congregation has been extremely supportive, and thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And I can honestly say that they're that way. So, and Ray enjoyed being here.
He talked very highly. He always would tell me some story about what was going on, or he'd tell me about some brother that was sick in your hall. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. But it was in his heart. It was in his mind, on his mind. So.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you all in the morning, and thank you for your kind words. Okay.
Thank you.
For your help. Well, thank you.
Bye, Asa.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. See you later.
Hey, Trevor, it's David Maryland from Portland.
Oh, hey. Hi.
Hi.
Julie and family.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. We're thinking about you guys.
Thank you.
Repeat that.
Sure.
I'm
So
trying.
we've known Trevor longer than anybody. We knew him when he was born.
Marilyn was my babysitter.
Aw.
And he had a cool yellow car that he'd take me to school in sometimes.
1969 Firebird.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
How many nieces and nephews did Uncle Raymond have? Like, how many cousins are there on the Newkirk side?
There's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I think me and Nicole tried to count it once and it was a lot. What? I feel like it was like over 30 or 40. Like it was a big number.
It wouldn't surprise me. Well, it was 8 kids, right?
8
Back
kids.
when having kids was what you did.
Yeah.
Well, Trevor, it was nice to see you. I send my love to you and your family. It was nice meeting your family as well. And my thoughts and prayers to you guys.
I appreciate you coming. Thank you.
All right. Love you, Trevor. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Trevor, I'm going to sign off too, but it's really been, thank you for having us with you. You know, it is always a sad thing when you lose someone, but it also gives us the opportunity to look at a history of people through many, many years and know that we'll be able to just keep on gaining that history in the future. There's just going to be a gap with your dad and we'll pick it up.
Thank you so much for the rock. Yeah, you're definitely a pillar of my childhood, a strong part of it.
Well, we always felt very close to you, your mom and your dad and your sister, and we really appreciate that association we've had. And I don't always do my best in keeping track of everybody, but I track you through my son, Travis.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
keep it informed.
Before you take off, I think it was today or yesterday, I saw some social media thing. It was like, where would you have been Saturday night, 1987? And I was like, probably trying to go over to the Ross house for the weekend.
Yeah, probably right. That's probably right. Yeah, it was quite the time those were. And it was very nice. Anderson's, it was very nice to meet so many of you. I enjoyed my trips up there. I don't know if you know, my brother lives in Kamloops, and all the rest of my family's in Canada too.
Oh, okay.
Most of around Edmonton.
I think I remember Dad talking about you.
Mom did Shirley Roth, and
yeah, that's my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Now maybe this is why we stayed in Kamloops at one time when we went to the convention. I think we spent like an extra couple days in Kamloops as we were like driving through. And
do you know what I did at the Kamloops convention? This was the last convention that they had food service. So I was at the top level and I had one of those little orange juice, with the tab that you pull back. And I just kind of had it balancing on the top, and Mom called or someone called, and it fell off. And it fell on some bald brother's head. Oh
God.
So now, anytime I think of that convention, all I remember is like this man looking up.
Poor man.
And maybe that's why they decided no more food service.
You're the straw that broke the camel's back.
I was the inflection point, okay?
I missed that vanilla pudding. That was amazing.
The frozen vanilla pudding.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
no way, the submarine was the best.
So that was a picture of your dad serving at one of the assemblies or conventions.
Yeah, it was a circus assembly, and he was assigned to making salads, and the tuna salad for particular for some reason. Like I remember for years, and he'd have to arrange getting all the food and everything together, and he loved it. He was and made a
picture.
It was not just tuna and mayonnaise. It was all kinds of other stuff, and yeah.
Was that at Monroe?
I don't. It would have been in Washington. I'm not sure where our circuit assembly was then.
I thought that was a Kingdom Hall build.
No,
But I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, circuit assemblies.
Dude on it.
Then after that, he got pulled into accounting. So, and we ended up having to stick around long after everyone else was gone while they were counting and doing their clerk stuff. But I'd play around in the empty circuit assembly hall.
Well, we're gonna go, but it was nice to put a face with the name, and
Likewise.
missed your dad a lot.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yep. Bye.
We're gonna sign off too. We'll keep in touch, Trevor.
Okay, thanks. It was really good to see you guys.
Yep.
And
Nice
yeah,
to
please stay in touch.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing these pictures and memories too from earlier. It was nice to put everything together, and we're looking forward to seeing you and your family and your dad and everybody all reunited.
That'll be nice.
Really soon. Yeah. All right.
Have a good evening, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I'm gonna take off too, Trevor.
Okay,
Thanks for inviting me though.
Absolutely.
Nice catching up with what your dad's been up to since I last saw him. Like what, 30 years ago or 20, 25?
Something like that.
So, yeah. Nice
Tell
to
your
meet
parents I
you,
said
Billy.
hi too, please.
I will. Yeah, and they send their love.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon. Hey, Julie. Good to see you.
Bye.
We'll see you.
It's been a pleasure meeting everybody here. I'm going to be saying goodbye to.
Thank you for coming.
Have a good night. Gosh, there was a lot of people there. They, Zoom obviously makes it a lot easier for people to go, but 96, I saw it, and then like some of them had several people in every one. That's a lot of people. That was very nice.
Yeah, it was really heartwarming to see how many people came. That was actually a little bit of a surprise. It's cool.
Trevor, you're such a kind and wonderful man. You can really tell.
Yeah.
Ask Julie, she'll tell you the truth.
Julie is amazing too. Like both of you have like this aura of just warmth and just like the beauty of who you are as people. It shines through. Yeah.
She can be nice.
Julie, you're still in Portland, right?
Yeah.
Sylvester and Nauta may be coming to visit this year.
I already told her.
Okay, never mind.
I
hope I finally get to meet you in person.
We were thinking about taking a train and then taking the train but this is Michael's idea, so Michael wants to do it too. From California to Portland and then coming and seeing you guys.
That'd be so fun. Thank you. I hope it works out.
Yeah. See what COVID does.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah. Hopefully it just won't be a thing by then.
I hope to.
Really, right? Maybe.
Hi, Mom, how you doing?
Hoping. Sad.
Thanks for
I really appreciate that you came, Annalita. It's nice to see you. I'm sorry it's a bad day for you, but that means you worked that much harder to come, and I really appreciate that.
Well, I enjoy seeing you and all the different ones. So special. You're definitely like your dad.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that as a great compliment.
Yeah, and you look like him too. Nice to see you.
I wish I could remember, I know what happened, but I wish I could remember my dad and your dad together, because I feel like it would have been just these two minds meeting, because my dad was really smart too. I feel like those conversations would be really interesting to listen to.
My mom and dad talked about your dad a lot. And I guess I met him when I was a baby, but I don't have any memories of him other than always talking on the phone every week with you guys when I was little. But they really thought highly of your dad, and it came up in conversation often.
Dad thought very highly of your guys' dad as well. And Uncle Raymond was so good at stories. Like, I remember when he came to visit, it was just like a fountain of knowledge about like the extended family. It was so good.
Stuff.
Yeah.
It was so cool to meet Uncle Ray. I'm really sorry, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice seeing you again, Trevor. I'm gonna let you go now, but sending love and hugs to everybody, and we'll be praying for the family so you can all feel at peace.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Tell friends I said hi.
I will give him a hug, and he's sending big hugs too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And then there were 8.
Right.
How many Andersons are hanging on here?
8. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
It's so good to see you, Aunt Bev.
I can hear you, Aunt Bev.
These are grapes, by the way, if you're wondering what I keep reaching for.
The kids were asking. You did a great job, Bev. Really was good.
I'm really appreciate that Aunt Carol and Lisa were able to help you get on too. They risked the weather and got there with you.
Oh, yeah.
How is the weather right now?
Cold, but no, we didn't get that much snow though.
Oh no? Okay, good. I'm hearing. Well, I saw a clip this morning from Newport, Rhode Island, and I lived just like 5 minutes from there back in the day, and it was a complete whiteout, and they're getting up to 2 feet of snow.
Wow. Yeah. My battery's going low, so we might just disappear.
Okay, Aunt Carol, thank you.
Where is Uncle Donald and Sue? I know Aunt Sue was in the hospital.
Sue is
She's in
quarantine. She's quarantined, and Uncle Donald's staying with her.
Oh, okay.
They weren't sure if they were going to be able to get on, but I'm recording this session, and I'll give them a copy of the recording.
Well, make sure tell her that we were tell them that we were thinking of them and miss seeing them, love them too.
Yeah.
That didn't look like rain.
What? Did I miss something? Michael, what are you laughing at over there?
Apparently William doesn't look like William.
Oh yeah?
He looks like Dad.
You do look like Dad.
Yeah, like 50s William, like from the 1950s. So we've started painting as a family, just doing stuff together. And Michael, I think, has a natural talent because, I think like all of us are painting, and aesthetically we paint and it looks like it's supposed to look. But Michael's painting makes you feel a certain way. I think he's got a natural talent for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I need to get going, but it's really good to see all of you, and I really appreciate you guys coming. So thank you.
Good to see everybody instead of just on Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey,
Bye,
Jay,
everybody.
is there anyone? Is this the last of anybody on? Yeah. Okay. Jay has muscled through all this and handled all the Zoom stuff, and been the technical support through all this. So
Thank you, Jay.
Jay.
Thank
He's
you,
upstairs.
Jay.
Really appreciate
Oh,
it.
Happy to be here.
Now, wait.
Which Jay? There's two of them.
Oh,
It's
Jim
the same
Mary.
Jay.
Oh, I'm on two different devices.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
recording the meeting off of one device, and then
Oh,
but I'm on my primary right here. So,
okay. Thank
anyways.
you.
Yeah. All right, everyone. We are going to close it out. Everyone have a fantastic day. Please stay safe.
Bye, Annalena.
Bye,
honey.
Bye,
Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody.
See you all.
Lots of love.
Julie. I wanted to say hi,
Bye.
Julie.
Bye, honey.
So sorry. Your family's so beautiful. Good to see the kids.
I like
It's so big.